Good morning, everyone. Just woke up, got a shower, ready to start a brand new day and get a bunch of work done. Just wanted to come up here quick and tell you what's going to be coming up next week, what I'm going to be doing a little bit in the fall, and a little bit about what's been going on with me lately. Just sort of wanted to do a bit of a almost little blog video right here today, just kind of talk candidly with you guys about what's going on in my life and what I plan to do with this channel, and just kind of have a little bit of fun. And I really hope that some of you respond back either with a video or some responses. I'd like to know, what's going on with you guys. What types of videos do you watch? Do you promote, YouTube channels? Do you put your own work up on YouTube? What types of books do you like to read? Just that type of thing. I'd like to get to know people that have been watching my videos a little bit better, to spark more conversations with people and really kind of put out content that I love, that also focuses on things you guys want to see. I want to know what kind of stuff you really like, which ones, my videos have you preferred, some of the older reviews. I've noticed some older ones, like my Eternal Ring review, has gotten a lot of views compared to some of the other ones. Definitely, do you like a lot of the Shenmue content? What kind of stuff have you been enjoying, so I could provide you guys with stuff that I like that also focuses on what you like. So as far as me, this week we're going to be doing an educational video with our chinchilla Minx. You've probably noticed her in a lot of our videos. I really like doing all the chinchilla videos, especially the chinchilla challenge stuff, just because it's something a little different. It's not something where it's a very serious review. It's not something that is necessarily always video game focused. It's something where I can get another aspect of my personality out through getting out the personality of my pet. And I think a lot of people do that with their dogs or the cats, whatever your pet is. I think they are such a part of your life that in a way they are an extension of what you do in your daily life, and I enjoy doing those videos and having sort of a cute, comical change to the channel versus what normally is on here, which is mostly reviews with lots of gameplay or things like this, and me sitting and talking to you. Do you like those videos? I really love them, something I hope to continue to do on a frequent basis. Minx is going to be in a lot more videos this fall. So the educational one coming out this week. We're going to be doing some more interesting ones. Check out our Typing of the Dead video with Minx. Typing of the Dead is a really wonderful game on the Dreamcast that is House of the Dead 2, but with a keyboard. That is something that comes across as one of those old educational games. If you ever had like keyboard class in middle school, a lot of people did. Something like that, but it's the House of the Dead, and it's endlessly entertaining and actually pretty challenging. We did that with Minx. We're going to have a related video coming out for Halloween for that. And I'm going to be doing a lot more focus on eerie things rather than just straight up scary for Halloween. I think during the month of October there's too much of a focus sometimes on just horrific scary games. I'm going to be doing things like talking about some books, like talking about some more, not necessarily like Stephen King horror style books, but some older stories. I'm going to be going into the horror stories of Robert E. Howard, talking a little bit about some other things like that that have a little bit of a different take than on the typical Halloween type videos. A lot of stuff coming up in November, particularly with the new NPC, the new bodybuilding class, talking a lot about that as announcements come out, doing a lot more varied content with more manga and anime along with video games. Has some great Christmas stuff planned. Another thing for this week though, we are going to be putting up a review of Tales of the Abyss at the end of this week. So this week is going to be Tales of the Abyss and an educational chinchilla video, a different twist on things, getting to look at Minx as, what is a chinchilla and what is it like to have a chinchilla as a pet. It's not a very common pet really, and I thought that would be something that could be nice information to have, seeing all these funny videos of Minx, getting a little bit of an idea of what is a chinchilla. So that type of thing. Personally, it's been a lot of fun and interesting creating this channel and really focusing finally for the first time in my life with writing, especially if you've only gotten into my channel recently with the whole Summer Sega thing. You might not realize that I also am I love to write. I love to read. I do a lot more with reading books, fantasy, sci-fi. I actually really like a lot of nonfiction stuff. I'm really into anthropology and archaeology, and we have a huge library of books, not just manga and things like that. And I'll be talking a lot more about a lot of sort of nerdy books in a way, stuff that I like in the fall and in the spring, and incorporating that with more sort of video game and anime focused videos here. It's been a lot of fun. The one thing that I have been slipping up on though, and it really came into fruition over the past 2 days, is I really want to talk a little bit about doing these things and enjoying these type of things while but also taking care of yourself. And it's something where I used to be, I was in track and cross country when I was growing up, and I really got into weightlifting and really got into bodybuilding after high school, and really did a lot with that. And it got to the point where a little over a year ago, I pretty much stopped doing almost all physical activity outside of my other job, my mostly weekend job, and have lost about over 20 pounds, almost 30 pounds of muscle. So not a good lose, still not like out of shape, but at the same time, it's something where my body has been so used to being physically active and being healthy and taking care of myself, and it got to the point where I've been focusing so much on writing, on getting books out there, on submitting things to traditional publishers, as well as putting things up on Amazon Kindle. I'll put some links below if you're interested at all in traditional epic fantasy. I have a series that's slowly coming out on there. I have a weekly anime focused serial called Harem Rumble that I just started not even quite 2 months ago yet, and I've been putting up episodes $1 a piece, little sections of an episodic story that are going to be completed before the end of this year, and I'm going to see how that first season goes and continue with the second and third. Doing a lot of stuff like that. I'm going to start putting up more sci-fi work, and as a way of putting my name out there, putting my stuff out there as I'm working to get more traditionally published work, something that is giving me experience and same time trying to create a little bit of a reader base, so when I have books that are not just digital but physically on the shelf, I can use that reader base to expand that. And really, I hope it's stuff that you guys enjoy. If you like the content on my channel, you probably will like the kind of stuff that I write. Go ahead and check that stuff out. But getting back to the point of being, healthy and creating a balance in your life, it's something that is important that I think I've lost track of a little bit, where sitting for hours and hours in the same chair writing, and then, you know what, I'm tired of writing for the day, I've done enough, alright, now time to make a video. And spending hours and hours editing, and spending hours and hours getting game footage, and just doing that over and over and over again for months on end. And I've really enjoyed it, I loved it, I love doing things like this, but at the same time, I haven't been in a gym in over a year. I haven't been running in close to a year. I've gone hiking a couple times in the woods, a couple times with my wife, a couple times on my own, but not really a lot. Work keeps me kind of active, but at the same time, it's something that I think a lot of us forget to do, and a lot of us get to the point where we think about, we're working so hard, we don't have time for that kind of thing, but you have to make time for it. I'm going to make time for it. I'm going to start getting back in shape, going out running, doing some just general stretching and yoga and push-ups at home, because over the past 2 days my back gave out. I was sitting and editing, doing those Olympia videos over the weekend and doing stuff for this week, and I just felt this like twinge in my lower back, and I tried to stand up and I couldn't straighten my back, and it was just bad. I was bedridden for pretty much the second half of that day. The next day I had a lot of pain, spent about half the day in bed just trying to keep some heat on it, use icy hot, this morning I've been trying to stretch it out a little bit more and do things like that. But, if you guys ever experienced that, if you guys ever found a point where you have just found a lack of balance in your life, and that I think many times comes from pursuing a passion, doing things with writing and doing stuff for this channel. I've been pursuing things that I'm more passionate about, and occasionally taking on too much and forgetting other aspects of my life. And really, I can't even recall the last time, aside from my friend's wedding, that I really hung out with friends and spent time with friends, and really have put a lot of that to the wayside, in a way out of necessity, but at the same time, it's frustrating, and I miss those people and those connections, and I really want to rekindle that, and I really feel bad about, not paying attention to that part of my life, but at the same time, it almost was necessary to get things rolling, and I just want to find balance, and I want to know, have you guys experienced that same thing? How do you find balance? Any tips you have to try and do that, where I make these unrealistic goals for myself about getting this writing done by this time, about getting this many videos out, at the same time, also going to work and doing this other stuff, and just a little bit of a discussion point here. Just wanted to sort of spark a little bit of talking, a couple different topics that have been really affecting my life lately, just telling you guys what's been going on, kind of an endless rambling video. That's kind of was the point of this. Just wanted to talk to you guys and put this kind of stuff out there. So anything you guys would like to talk about, anything that you can add to this conversation of stuff that I'm putting out there, or did you just not care what I had to say? Anyway, so I hope you guys make it a great day. Ready to roll here. I'm going to be finishing up some videos, doing a little bit of filming. This week, an educational video with Minx, a review of Tales of the Abyss, and I'm going to be putting out at the end of this week a little bit of discussion, talking a little bit more about writing in general. Let me know if you guys are writers at all, if you like to, even just like, fan fiction, or if you put stuff on things like Amazon, like what, just write for fun. What stuff, do you like to read, nonfiction, fiction? Talk a little bit more about that, and talking a little bit more specifically about what I write and what I plan to put out there as far as writing. So I will see you guys next time, and I hope to see you at the end of the week for a couple more videos. And again, have a great day.